So here we go. We are starting it up with episode 1 of our Red Sox franchise. Now, I've already delved into MLB The Show 20. I like the game so far. Um, I've had a lot of experience doing a lot with the franchise mode, so we're going to delve right into it here. So this is the screen you'll come to after you pick your team for franchise mode. I did turn off GM contracts so I can stay with the Red Sox. Um, you'll be able to stay with your. If you keep it on, you can stay with your team depending on how well you perform. Um, but I just opted to turn it off for this. So we can, no matter what, we can stay with the Red Sox and continue to work on them and rebuild them. So level of complexity. There's three things that you can manage yourself, or you can let auto manage. Now, I'm picky. So, for instance, setting lineups, rotations, and injury management, I like to keep manual. I like to manage that because what will happen is the computer will throw guys into your lineup and change your rotation around. And when you want to be specific, you want certain players to be in certain positions. I'd rather take care of that than the computer, especially if I have young guys, prospects, guys that I want getting optimal playing time. I want to control that. So I keep that to manual player development, like scouting. I do auto manage that. I never really delved into it. I have on and off throughout this years that I've been playing MLB The Show, but I'll let that auto manage, and then general manager tasks I will switch to manual because I want to pick my staff. I want to control the 40 man, who was on it, who was not. Free agency trades, contracts, I want to be in charge of all that. So we will go with that. And we'll start at spring training. So one of the things I like to do when I come into a new franchise mode with any team right off the bat is I like to go through the roster. Okay, so this is the home screen. New, I can't remember if it was in last year's game. You can offer contract extensions to players up to a certain point, and then it'll happen at another point during the year. You can go in and offer extensions right now, like you typically would, you know, in the real MLB season. So that's kind of nice, nice feature. But we're in spring training, so we can still offer, and obviously, just like uh, in the regular season, you can offer free agent contracts and all that stuff. But the first thing I like to do is I like to go right to the roster, and I like to go by position and set my roster up. I do like to release players as well, because usually when you start up, the rosters tend to be kind of burdened with a lot of contracts, especially more in the minors. Because remember, we're not just worrying about our MLB team, we're worrying about our AAA team too. Um, so first things off the rip here, um, the Red Sox in real life have a really awful rotation beyond Chris Sale and Rodriguez. I mean, I have some hope for Nathan Eovaldi, but he's a long reliever in my opinion, and there's no one else. It's really not pretty. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, that's really bad. Really, really bad. Johnson and Weber are long relievers at best. Perez will definitely be in the rotation. There's no sense in having too long. This is gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a tough choice here. All right, let's start at the bottom. I know there's gonna be some guys that we can get rid of off the rip. Okay, so I'm looking at age, overall potential. I mean, 55 overall, potential D. He's already 27. Let's release him. Schwarren. He's not bad, but let's put him down at AAA. Ivan Dorter, he's young. 59 C overall. Chris Mazza, we're going to release him. We're going to need some here. I'm not sold on Ryan Weber. You can go down 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 5 starters at each. You need 5 starters at each level. We need 1 for the AA. So we'll see if we can find a guy in free agency. This is not going to be a good starting rotation for the Red Sox. Relievers, I tend to like six relievers in my pen. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have a starter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. You know, Hildenberger, I have used him before. He does develop, so we're going to move him up. We're going to add him. We're going to move him up. This Sylvester North guy. Yeah, let's put him at AAA. Let's put him at AA. And Matthew Gorst, whoever this kid is, we will release. You don't need a lot of closers on your team. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll let Darwin's and Hernandez play in spring training, so we'll send Austin Bryce down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have 1 closer. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 is 6. So a lot of these, we have way too many relievers, so we can get rid of all of these guys. I mean, below 50s, just guys we don't need. I don't know who that is. I mean, maybe I'll keep. Maybe he's a B, but I mean, I look at their stuff too, but Eduardo Bazardo. Whatever, we'll just keep that 1 low-level guy, so we'll clean up the relievers there. Good. Closers are good. Now we want I like to run 2 catchers per level. Wacky. Oh, gosh. This is awful. Lucroy is probably going to be optioned. We got 2 there. This is a prospect that they got in that Dodgers trade. So we got 2 there. Centeno, Roger Woodson. He's really bad, so let's release him. We'll keep Centeno for now. We'll just put him down in single A. In this game, single A doesn't accrue stats. It's just AAA, AA, and the MLB. But they give you that single A level, so at least you can stash prospects down there. Josh Ockamy. I mean, in real life, I think he has better stats than that. But we're going to hold on to him because we need a first baseman. Nick Longai, Michael Olszynski. Let's see, look, F potential. Gone. Lucas McGill. Really bad. Gone. He's got some contact. Good plate hitter, but no defense. Gone. We really only need 1 first baseman at each level. But I'll just hold on to these guys. Second baseman, Jose Peraza. We do still have Pedroia, even though he's on the shelf in real life. We will keep him up. Diego Rodriguez, a prospect here. We'll put him at AAA. Marco Hernandez can be a depth player at AAA. Brett Neltzer, AA starter. Sam Klein, kind of garbage. Get rid of him. Rafael Devers, Michael Chavez. So we'll move. I'm actually going to go in and edit. We're going to move Chavez to first base. Then we'll put third base as his secondary position. So Chavez will be our new first baseman. Devers. Tristan Casas. He was the prospect that the Red Sox drafted last year. So we'll make sure we get him some time up at AAA. Josh Tobias can play down at AA. We do have Bobby Dahlbeck. He'll probably go down to triple. Jansen Whitty. He'll probably go down to AA for now. We'll see what we need. Shortstops. CJ Chatham. He'll go down to AAA. I know we're in spring training, but I want to get my rosters somewhat set. But it's Brett Wells guy. We're just cleaning up Jeter Downs. He was that other prospect in that Red Sox trade. Nick Lavulo. We're gonna release him too. So we're gonna send Zubei Lin down to AA. So we have two shortstops. I like to run typically two shortstops at each level 2. I like to have a backup infielder. We may need to sign someone. Maybe CJ Chatham could be. I don't know. We'll see. Outfielders, I like to run 2 spare outfielders. So J.D. Martinez is our DH, but Benintendi, Luke Tendler, he should be up. He's got the higher overall. We'll send Diner Lopez down. Too many. Jackie Bradley, Kevin Pillar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So we'll put this guy at AA for now. So if you see in our roster information on the right side, the top, at each level we can have, it's spring training, so we can have 40 guys on the roster right now. We can have a full 40-man roster. But for now, my first year, I'm just trying to set the rosters as what I think they're going to be. So let's head in here. Yeah, Hildenberger is not. It's Chris Sale. So Chris Sale there, him there. Nathan Eovaldi, we'll put the righty there. Martin Perez. We'll get Ryan Brazier in there. We'll have to make some cut here. 2. I don't know who it's going to be. Our bullpen's kind of crap. Alright, so first things first. So you see that we have a 4-man bench, which is what I usually like to roll. But I think they changed the rosters. It used to be 25 players, but you can carry 26 now. Michael Chavez at second. No. We're gonna do right. We're gonna platoon Pedroia and Peraza. So Pedroia will play against righties. We'll keep Pilar there. I don't know if I should platoon Chavez, which I probably will for now. Pedroia will be in at second. I'm fine with the lineups, I think, as they are. Peraza will play there. So we're going to do a lot of platooning. A lot of platoon hitting. Alex Verdugo. Let's platoon him too. Let's get him in there. I know he's a lefty, but Peraza, Michael Chavez will play. I'm going to give Verdugo some time too. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's go into training. Make sure training is on auto for everybody. If somebody's not training, it'll just say no training. But everybody's good. Next thing I usually like to check is check our coaches here. So we have Ron Renicky. Remember Chris Sale. Not Chris Sale, sorry. Alex Cora. And that whole mess. I'm not liking our hitting our pitching coaches. Yeah, we need a better, we need a much better pitching coach. At least somebody that has some pluses. Potentially somebody we can just sign to like a year just to see. There's not going to be anybody really good available because this guy's young. You want to look at the young guys. Let's just make him an offer. Let's do 1 year, $950. Boom. Tim Goodwin. Ugh, look at those stats. See, now Cal Atkins was a pitching coach, but he probably makes a better. So we'll give him 4 years. We're gonna fire him from his original position and sign him to a new position. That's actually a pretty good farm director, so we'll stick with that. Hopefully we can get a new hitting coach next season. So I think we're good there. We've set our rosters. Oh, free agents. No good starters really jumping off the page. We could bring back Clay Buchholz. That'd be funny. So no one's jumping off the page here. Probably the only guy I would consider signing is Danny Salazar. What does he want? I mean, a really cheap deal. He wants a longer contract. Of course he does. These two young guys don't really have good stamina. I'm actually thinking about it, right? Bring Clay Buchholz back. Yeah, let's sign, be curious to bring Urban Santana in. Would he take a 1-year deal? Sure. I'm thinking we're not really going to do... I don't think we're going to really do a whole lot this year, so... I'm not overly worried about it. Because Brian Johnson should not most likely be in the rotation. I like Josh Taylor. I like his stuff. Roll him and Johnson. Taylor should really be a middle reliever. But we'll let those guys fight over spots. So we're going to quick sim here. Not bad. Usually I like to get up to about a week out. Chris Sale's having a nice spring. Rodriguez not so hot. Eovaldi not hot at all. Santana not bad, huh? Marcus Walden, Brian Johnson, meh. Hildenberger, nice. So Hernandez, we'll probably option him down. And so Darwin's and Hernandez will go down to AAA. Let's just check our lineups. I don't know if we're gonna make any cuts. That switch. Let's pin the lefties around JD. Let's make that switch. Pedroia having a nice spring. Overall jumped a little bit. That's good. Chavez nice. Verdugo not bad. Plawecki. Let's see. We're at 26 guys, so we're good for now. I don't know what other cut I would make because we really don't need to carry that many relievers. I mean, Ryan Brazier has some great stuff. He's pitching good. Walden has good stuff, and he can start. So Brian Johnson could be... I could put Brazier up here and option Johnson down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hook can go down. There we go. I don't like to carry that many starters. I mean, in the past, I've gone crazy sometimes right out of the gate. Like when I started up my Red Sox franchise, when the show 20 came out, like I made a bunch of trades. But this time I'm gonna be a little bit more conservative. I'm gonna play with the team that we have. I mean, the only addition we made was Irvin Santana, but you know we're gonna stick with who we have. Brandon Workman. Remember last time we saw him? He was at an 84. He's up to an 86. I never would picture him as the closer, but I think we're good there. Oh, last thing I want to check is our scout contracts. Ooh, so let's get rid of this guy. See, his discovery is low. His efficiency is great, but his discovery is garbage, which isn't good. So we want to bring in a good central. Let's see. Any good international? Do we have an international scout? We do. Good discovery, but not very efficient. Even if we can... he probably seems a little bit better. That's actually not bad. Good efficiency, good discovery on position players. We don't have anybody in the West for pitchers, so let's do that. Yeah, it's a little bit more balanced there. We can view our trade block. Nobody's on the trade block yet. So we can go in here. We can offer contract extensions. So I think I'm going to make the call here. Let's give Devers... So see, if we go to 4 years, he's going to be a free agent eligible player. So they're counting on the fact of his salary jumping. So see the ideal salary on the right side. So that's why his interest is really low. We're going to have to overpay for 4 years at his age right now. So if we keep it at 3 years, he stays in the arbitration stage at 1.8. So he'll be 26, still in his prime, but it gives us some contractual flexibility for other players too. So that's a good contract. Eduardo Rodriguez, he's going to want to get paid. Now see, if we drop the years, he's not a free agent. So we could just extend him on actually a cheaper deal than what he's getting paid. So but if we're doing a 3-year timeline, if we base it off of Devers, so Rodriguez will be here for the same amount of time. So I'm going to go the same. I'm going to do 3 years, $8 million a year. I think everybody else is probably going to be okay. Yeah, Alex Verdugo. I just don't want to jump too quickly offering him a contract. Because I want to see what he's going to do for me during the season. I mean, we could do just a simple 1-year extension, which I think I might do. Michael Chavez. So same thing. That's a cheap deal. We'll bring Chavez back on that. I think the rest of these guys can probably... Pontaro, we can work on contracts. Same thing with Matt Barnes. cheap, just $2 million. He'll be 30, but he wants more security. I'm not worried about the rest of these guys. What does Bradley want? Yeah, see, it's not so much about the money, but workmen. Usually closers and starters tend to want more money. So I think that's good on the extensions. Advance to the regular season. Now let's make sure. Sometimes they fiddle with your rotation. That's all set. Yeah, see? Brazier was up here. Taylor here. Let's go down here and make sure. These guys are in the rotation. Osich, Bryce. Downs and Hernandez. No. He needs to be up there. Who's the Sylvester North is the closer down here. So we get 2 lefties. I go by stamina too, depending on who you want to be a long reliever. So see, he has a stamina of 30, so I know he's the closer down here. Ryan Mata is a starter. Colton Brewer, I know, is not a starter. He's a reliever. Jay Sugar, I remember him. He was... That's fine. Ivan Dorda's got 72 stamina. So a little thin down here. Alright, now a setup man, I want somebody who's got at least decent control, which would be Tanner Hook. Oh, he's a starter. Yeah, let's do that. Lineups, I don't mind if they... Oh, they did our lineups already. So probably one of these guys we can call up to AAA. No, I'll wait till they get settled. Sponsorships, I know I have one. Oh, I have 2 now. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. Alright, so let's just get some simming in. Dodgers, they want to send us Alex Wood for Josh Taylor. Yeah, Alex Wood used to be a pretty good starter. I don't think he's as good as he used to be. But I know Josh Taylor does develop pretty nicely as a decent lefty, so we're going to keep him. Keep him active. Fix the lineups down in the double A. Lennick. He's only out for a few days, so we'll keep him active. And I'll place Josh Orchard's on the bench. He's a reliever. Michael Ojinsky, 2 to 3 months, so we're going to put him on the 60-day. Michael Chavez is going to be out 2 to 3 months, 60-day. So we're not going to auto-fix our lineups. We're going to go in and do our lineups. So we're probably going to put... they must have did the auto lineups. Pedroia place him first, since he's a righty. Alright, let's send down Bobby Dahlbeck. Let's make sure that our training is on. Everybody's auto training. See, not training. So we'll go to the left. We'll put it on auto. Let's just check all these here. Coaches' contracts. Yeah. We know all that information. Let's make sure our lineups are still set here. No, I want Bogarts there. Devers Martinez. Oh, we were playing Peraza. That's right. Yeah, let's keep the lefties consistent there. We'll just drop Benintendi a bit. He's got good contact, so we'll keep him. Peraza, Bogarts. Yeah, we want Benintendi in that lineup. That's good. That's good. So Sea Dogs, we'll do auto fix down there. I don't nitpick too much. Kevin Lennox, I'll utilize that. Dylan Hardy, 10-day because he's out 1 to 2 months. Auto fix down the minors. Chris Sale's injured, but only for a few days, so keep him active. Auto utilize Chris Sale, so he should be put back in the lineup. So Zach Britton for Nathan Eovaldi. You know what? I might. The only reason why I'll entertain this because he only has a 2-year deal, and Eovaldi was signed to that insane contract. But he's pitching all right, and I need starters right now. So unfortunately, I'm not going to make that trade. A few days for Pedroia. Keep him on the 10-day. Let's go back and fix our lineups. I do want Pedroia playing against righties. We're not playing overly well right now. But I want to get to the draft. That's probably where I'll leave it. Yeah? No. So they want Bobby Dahl back, Marco Hernandez for Yasniel Diaz. No. Keep him active. Auto utilize Eduardo. Few days, keep active. Auto utilize him. Kind of just playing 500 baseball right now. A few days. Auto utilize. Here we go. Starting to get some wins here. Brewers. I'm not going to talk about trades right now. A few days for Chris Sale. Thank goodness. Auto utilize. So here is the first year player draft. Here we go. Picking 16th. Alright, so one of the things I do by the draft, I sort by overall, not potential, but overall, but see the accuracy. You don't want to draft a reliever first round, so here's a catcher, Manuel Ferreira. So you can see what his current stats are in the lighter blue, and then what his scouted stats. Now, so this guy has the potential to be probably a really, really solid catcher. Now, our chart on the right side, the greens there, you can see we're saying we're pretty balanced across all of our positions, but we've got to think of the future. We need starting pitching. See, now look at the accuracy. It's in the green. 18-year-old first baseman who could potentially, but see his overall, Kenny Yancey. Could be a decent power hitting first baseman. There's no starters really jumping out. You see, it's not just about velocity. You have to look at all their stats. Now, he's a targeted player here. Nolan Hurd. Lefty. But I think there might be some other decent plays. We could get some starters and stuff in the second and third rounds. So, I don't know. I like the catcher. I like the way he looks. Nate Floyd, contact hitting. Outfielder, first base. I mean, we've got Michael Chavis. But catching, I mean, we really don't have any good prospects at catcher. Yeah, you know, I'm going to go for him. All right, we're going to see if we can grab a starter in the second round. You know, I do like this Wyatt Ramirez guy. See, his current stats for Ks per 9, walks per 9, home runs per 9 is not bad. Control isn't great. Right? Most likely relies on being having a break on his pitches. Good arm strength, good stamina. Yeah, we're gonna go for him. We need some depth prospect starters. We're gonna grab another starter here. I'm gonna sort by overall. Now, see, these guys we could take a chance on. But see, look at the scouting accuracy. It's not accurate. So that overall would be garbage. You know, so we're taking a potential flyer on that. And the MLB ETA is also very lax. I think I might take a chance on one of these guys. Maybe this Ricky Schwartz guy. Because if you look at his current, it's not terrible. And he's 19, so we're gonna take a chance. Could be utter garbage. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's at least something we can work with. All right, so we got a catcher already. Just gonna go through here. An 80 potential, really good contact hitter. Could be fairly decent for a third baseman. 6'5", 200. Given his height, he could be an outfielder. So let's get him. Tim Casey. Let's see if we can grab an outfielder. So again, we could just take a flyer maybe on one of these center fielders. Zach Kinsey. Barton Priest. I like his height. He's got better fielding as his current stats. Could be a contact hitting center fielder. Let's grab him. Maybe grab one more starter. I mean, nothing's really going to be all that good. We could go for a reliever. Let's just go for this guy. I think that's going to be it. Yeah. So let's check our... let's check and see how we made out with our draft picks. Here it is. All right, so not bad. Look at the potentials. What? No. Nothing. Did you what?
Okay, you know what? Never mind. I'll handle it.
Oh wait, yeah I do. I do. All right. So Manuel Ferreira actually turned into a pretty decent pick. 80 potential. He's got a B potential. That's good. We can grow that. Wyatt Ramirez. Not bad. B potential. It's got a huge repertoire. Good Ks per nine. Walks per nine. Home runs per nine. Got to work on the hits and being clutch and control. So Ricky Schwartz. Again, not bad. Good velocity. Good break. Good stamina. So righty lefty starters. Tim Casey, 78 overall. C potential, but look at that plate. Plate abilities, vision, discipline, clutch. Good contact hitter, especially against righties. Could probably be a good first baseman. But for some reason, I see him potentially as an outfielder. Barton Priest. Not bad. Speedy. Oops. Speedy. Good fielder. And then our reliever. Even still, C potential. Not bad for a reliever in the draft. So overall, not a bad draft. We'll take it there. And we'll leave it here. We'll check some of these stats here. Sale having a monster year. Rodriguez pitching well. Evaldi pitching awful. Santana, average. Martin Perez pitching pretty bad. Marcus Walden. We'll switch them there. Heath Embry. Heath Embry got better reliever out of the pen. Matt Barnes not pitching well. Workman having a pretty nice year. Let's just check down the minors. Dominga Tapia pitching pretty well. Lennox, Osich. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These four guys pitching really well. Austin Bryce pitching pretty well. Maybe we'll call him up. Nobody really standing out. Ryan Weber. Check down in Double A. Yeah, nobody really standing out. But again, we'll probably stick with that. Check our all-star voting. And no one on our team. So we'll leave it there.